Welcome, dear brothers and sisters, to our channel. We continue our series of educational videos, and today we will talk about what the narthex of the church is, why it exists, and what its significance is. The narthex is the first part of the church that we enter. Usually, it is where one can submit prayer slips, purchase candles, read announcements, or leave outer clothing. Unfortunately, people today often treat this part of the church incorrectly. For some reason, we allow ourselves casual conversations here, settle matters, or even talk on the phone. We treat the narthex as a sort of neutral zone in the church, where we feel free to act however we like. But that is completely wrong. The narthex is a sacred part of the church and requires the same reverent behavior as any other space inside. So today, we'll explain what the narthex is and why casual behavior here is not appropriate. Let's begin with history. Originally, the narthex was the space where catechumens, those preparing for baptism, and penitents stood during services. In this way, they were visibly separated from the main congregation. Over time, this function faded, and churches were even built without narthexes. Later, they were added again to new churches. That's how the term narthex, which literally means added on, came about. Today, the narthex remains an active part of the church. It is where the purification prayer for mothers is read on the 40th day after childbirth. In some churches, memorial services and liturgies are held here. It's also the place to buy candles, submit names, and receive prosphora. The narthex symbolizes the earth and repentance. Confessions were often heard here, and believers used to make prostrations upon entering. It is a place where we leave behind earthly concerns and step into the heavenly realm. For example, on Mount Athos, services begin in the narthex. The hours are read here, after which the curtain is opened and everyone enters the main church. It is as though we leave the earthly behind in the narthex and enter the kingdom of heaven in the sanctuary. Dear brothers and sisters, in an Orthodox church, nothing is without meaning. As St. John Chrysostom said, the church is God's house, and this is no exaggeration. The Lord is invisibly present in all parts of the church. Each section, sanctuary, nave, and narthex, carries deep symbolic and spiritual meaning. The altar symbolizes heaven. The nave reflects the heavenly realm of the angels and saints. The narthex, the earth and repentance. And God is present in each. Therefore, the narthex deserves our reverence just as much as the main part of the church. If you're submitting a prayer request or buying a candle, do so quietly and reverently. If the gospel is being read or the cherubic hymn is sung, or if mercy of peace is proclaimed, we must pause all conversation and focus entirely on the worship. We must understand, the narthex is not a hallway, it is holy ground. Phone calls, social chatter, casual greetings, and relaxed behavior in the narthex are signs of irreverence and a lack of fear of God. And we should confess this at confession. Let us be attentive in our spiritual lives. Every detail matters. If we have come to church, let us conduct ourselves with reverence from the very first step. May today's video help us walk before the eyes of God and treat His house with true reverence.